in this country? Who belongs and who doesn't? Who are we concerned about and who are we not? If we were all within that circle of human belonging, what would that look like? So EmbraceRace works with parents, other caregivers, and the organizations who serve them to nurture children who are resilient, thoughtful, informed, and brave about race.
We really started as an online space where guardians, parents who were too busy to meet up face-to-face were able to find resources, have a conversation when you're stressed out about something your kid said or you said or did or some interaction.
It's exhausting to always to talk positively about all this thing when you just want to say, I shouldn't have to sit, you shouldn't have to worry about this.
There is a conversation about race, and it's often not verbal. What you as mom, dad, grandparent, teacher, whomever say or don't say is actually a limited portion of the messages that kid is receiving.
So if people aren't talking about it and they're shushing you when you do mention race, you learn that race is something to be ashamed of and embarrassed of and to not talk through. So you kids are already learning from what they see, from interactions that they're having. They just are left to make what they will of that, and that's really dangerous.
I came home from school in second grade and I asked, what's an N? And the N word. Oh. And because we had not had conversations, I had no context for it. And they said, why do you want to know that? And I said, because Mr. Hunter said that today. That was my teacher.
So a lot of the questions are, when can we start talking about race? And we tell people the conversation's already happening without you.
Embracing race, but it's in sort of an opposition to colorblindness, to this idea that race is to be avoided. We want it to be race forward, race positive.
You want to read?
Adam loved his new home. It was high, high, high in a tall tower in the city. It was exciting.
What we're really trying to do is help kids develop a critical race lens.
I want him to understand the privilege that his white skin gives him, and not in a guilt way, but I want him to understand his responsibility then in the world to be working to dismantle racism, to make the world more colorful rather than colorblind.
We have conversations that are online where we invite you to participate. We have people sharing their wisdom, people like you, people like me. There are, in terms of racism, there are structures that limit possibilities for people that are racialized. And then there are agents who can change those structures. And the only way you can sort of change the structures ultimately is to change the agents. Start early.
Do you remember what you guys said at the end of it?
When you see something wrong, be strong and say that's not okay.
When you see something wrong, be strong and say, that's not okay. I love that.
I think it's true that in the US, we can solve almost anything.
We're hopeful. And it's also part of why we're doing this work, is so that kids don't internalize these messages about who's more valuable than someone else.
Can we nurture a generation of children and young people who will grow up to be adults who are willing to take on racial inequality of any kind?
To raise kids who can imagine something different today and tomorrow would bring us to an America of inclusion.